Hi, I'm the Space Quest Historian, and welcome to another little Reading Your Comments video. Reading Your Comments slash updates, sort of vloggy type shit, I guess, because I've got a couple of things I want to tell you about before we get into reading your comments. The first of which is that I got a new sound card and a new microphone. Let's see, so new setup. Second thing is that you might have noticed this video's coming out on a Friday, and I said I was going to do videos Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then a live stream on Sunday, and it looks like I might be using Friday now, just in a sort of not regularly scheduled programming kind of thing, but there's been some stuff happening like YouTuber Roundtable and this video, and some stuff that's coming up in the future, I'll tell you in a minute, and some one-offs, that I'm actually having a surplus of material, and, if I have to wait for one of the regular series to end before I can release this shit, then that's just gonna take forever. So I'm thinking of just using Friday as a sort of play day. Like, if I've got like a surplus video or a one-off or a game that I really want to, try out and show without having to, wait for one of the series to end so the schedule clears so I can shove it in, all of that. I know I'm overthinking this a lot, but really, it's just to say that Friday may have a video, may not have a video. It's going to be one of those, something cool happened, here's a video on Friday, kind of thing. So these types of, vlogs, reading your comments, YouTuber Roundtable, one-offs, and all of this shit, are gonna happen on Fridays from now on. And, when a series ends, I might put a video, a one-off video out on one of the regular days. But anyway, Friday is the new play day. Also, the thing I'm teasing is that I'm starting a new sort of on and off again series with an adventure game called Elle's Heartbreak. There was a very nice dude in the comments called Duckernaut who contacted me just, when the Grump Bump happened and said, hey, do you need some help editing? I know how to edit and I have nothing to edit. Please, let me try something. And so I did a little test. I had him edit one of the YouTuber Roundtable videos just to see what he would come up with, and it was pretty good. So I asked him, hey, if I start doing this Elle's Heartbreak series, would you like to edit those? And then, we can sort of partner up. Like, I'll just play the game, because it's an open world game. It's one of those, it doesn't really have a start and a finish, like a big, like, linear point A to B to C to D. It's one of those games where you can sort of fuck around and do whatever. And he said, sure, I can edit those. And so we've started this little partnership. So every once in a while on a Friday, you'll see me playing Elle's Heartbreak, or maybe, another sort of open-ended game, one that doesn't really have a clear goal in sight kind of thing. So I'm really, that's going to start next week. First episode of Elle's Heartbreak is going to come out next Friday, next week. That's going to be cool. Also, I made a game. And it's, by the time you're watching this, the game will be released, and there's a link in the video description. It's called Danny Sexbang in Celestial Catastrophe. And I really didn't mean for this challenge to turn into the Danny Sexbang Appreciation Society, but that's kind of how things have worked out. The man is very nice to me. So, the history of this game is that, I have a Patreon, and there are different goals, like you can pledge a certain amount of money a month, and, the higher tiers, the more ridiculous the rewards get. And, the $50 reward, like $50 a month reward is, fuck, I'll make a game for you. I'll make a one-room game for you. And a person named Mass Connect actually went in and pledged this ridiculous amount of money a month. So I had to make a game for him. And so I did. And, the reward says, I'll make a game about anything you want me to make a game about. And he said, why don't you make a game about Danny? So there's Danny. And, before you get in and play this, I just want to say, I know it's going to sound weird, but there aren't really a lot of, like, Game Grumps references in it. And the reason is that I don't actually watch a lot of Game Grumps. I know, it's terrible. It really is terrible. But I really don't. The only, like, game Let's Plays I watch are Jacksepticeye and Iavonix. She's a good friend of mine, and most of the time I don't actually watch a lot of Let's Plays on YouTube. Most of the stuff I watch on YouTube are like game reviews, and like Techmoan is one of my favorite YouTube channels. He's like got a screwdriver and he's pulling vinyl record players apart and shit like that. That's the sort of stuff I watch on YouTube. So it's not very well versed in the lore of Game Grumps. But I hope you'll find it interesting anyway. Danny is trapped on a space station, and the space station has broken orbit and is careening towards Earth, and Danny must now save the space station, hence he falleth into a giant crater and kills a lot of people. That's the plot of the game. So anyway, there's a link in the download. There's a download link in the description below, so go and play that, have fun. And yes, Danny is aware of the game. I actually sent him an in-progress video of it, and he said, "Oh, that sounds cool. That looks cool. I've always wanted to be a little pixel person." So, oh yeah, hell yeah. Oh, speaking of, and I promise this is the last time I'm going to bring up the Game Grumps. The Game Grumps are having a show on their European tour in Copenhagen on, I think it's October the 11th, I believe it is. And yes, I'm going to be there, and yes, I'm going to hug Danny. So hopefully I'll have a picture of that when I get back. I don't know what you'll do with that, but anyway, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice to be able to thank him in person. Speaking of games, another little announcement I have is that I've got a couple of bit parts in a couple of upcoming point-and-click adventure games. Just some little like one-off voiceover lines. One of them is by a dude named Graham Hayes. He's called @StudioHazy on Twitter. I had to look at the dude's name here just to make sure I got it right. I don't know what his game is called yet, and I don't think he does either. But anyway, I have a very brief part in his game, and I have another bit part in a game by my friend Charlotte Gore, who did the Holy Molluscamony or Holy Molluscamony or whatever, that little pixely game that was made for Adventure Jam 2017, which I played on this channel. And since Adventure Jam, we've actually become pretty good friends. So when she said she needed some bit parts for her game, I jumped at the chance. So I also have a bit part in her upcoming game, which is kind of a sequel. I think it is a sequel to the Adventure Jam game, like a proper full-length game in the same style. So that's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. Lastly, second to lastly, the thing I want to mention. Yeah, I should really. I mean, I've got a list here. I don't know why I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and it's the second to last. Great. Second to last is a very nice person in the comments said that she had started a subreddit for SQH, and I thought that was very nice of her. So I would just plug it in this video. Currently, there's a lot of tumbleweeds blowing around over there, and honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not a very interesting person, but anyway, if anyone is interested, I am gonna check in there from time to time. It's just reddit.com/r/sqhistorian. So that's the fan-made subreddit for the Space Quest Historian. Maybe it'll pick up, once the channel builds and grows, as it inevitably will. I don't fucking know. Anyway, speaking of growing, you may have noticed that I'm not doing a lot of those, hey, we've reached so and so many subscriber congratulations videos, and it's not that I don't want to do that. It's because I went from 300 to 1,400 subscribers in like overnight. Because of Danny's shoutout. So that was like mind-blowing. So I've been racking my brain trying to come up with a fitting sort of congratulations or appreciation thing around that. So what I've figured out is that when I hit 2,000 subscribers, that's going to be my next milestone. When I hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to get my ass kicked. Like a proper fucking ass kicking. And I've reached out to a good friend of mine on Twitter. His name is Anatoly. He's also known as the DOS Nostalgic. And he is a guy who is tremendously good at Doom. Not the new Doom, the old Doom, the DOS Doom. And I have challenged him, because I am a complete fucking idiot. I have challenged him to a duel. And we shall partake in this duel he on a level of his choice, and he has chosen Doom 2 Map 32. Yes, the big arena thing. And I am going to get my ass unequivocally kicked. I've trained a bit, played a bit, a couple of Doom matches with a couple of friends of mine. Patreons, my patrons have seen these, I've recorded these videos, even though we're all speaking Danish, and they've seen just how awful I am at Doom. I used to be quite good at it, or maybe my opponents were all terrible, as a kid back in the 90s, but I'm quite terrible at it now. So this will be like an utter floor wiping of me when we hit 2,000 subscribers. Anatoly is on board. In fact, I might as well let him talk us through this.
Hi, I am Anatoly Shashkin, also known as Das Nostalgic, in certain dark corners of the internet. Maybe you've seen me on Twitter or on YouTube talking about DOS games. A lot. So, Trolls, the Space Quest historian, has said that if he gets 2,000 YouTube subscribers, he will challenge me to a deathmatch game of Doom. And I couldn't really see the connection between the two, but who am I to turn down a good challenge, and especially a good game of Doom? So here I am, I accept the duel, and Trolls actually has given me the honor of picking out the map. So I picked Map 32.
Map 32 from Doom 2 is an updated version of the first boss level from Wolfenstein 3D. It's a very small map with a large open arena in the middle, so deathmatch games played on it are fast and frantic. There are multiple easily accessible secrets on the map that provide a nice variety of weapons. The original map was built for the Wolfenstein 3D boss mechanic, which involved shooting and quickly hiding behind cover, making the open area of its Doom 2 counterpart perfect for circle strafing. Back in the day, before I got my hands on WADs that were meant for multiplayer, Map 32 was my map of choice for quick deathmatch games.
So that's that. I accept the challenge, and if you are still not subscribed to Trolls' channel, the Space Quest Historian YouTube channel, subscribe so we can make this happen. And I hope to see you all on the live stream. Goodbye.
Thank you, Anatoly. Thank you. I am really looking forward to having my ass kicked by you. All right. Those were all the things I had on my little laundry list. Holy shit, that took a while. So, let's get into reading your comments. How does this work? Here we go. Max, are you actually a whale biologist, or is that a reference to something? Sorry, yes, that is a reference to something. A lot of other people in the comments caught that one. Yes, it's a reference to Futurama, which is one of my favorite cartoons, I guess. One of my favorite TV shows of all time. I love Futurama. And there's an episode where there is a whale biologist, like a bit character, and he hates whales. And every time he does something wrong, you can just hear him almost out of earshot going, "Whale biologist!" So that's kind of his excuse for anything. So it's one of those things that kind of get stuck in your head. And no, I'm not a whale biologist. In fact, my daily life is fantastically boring. I'm a communications officer / social media expert. Holy God, I hate that term. But anyway, I'm a social media consultant in my daily life. So sadly, not a whale biologist. I would like to follow in George Costanza's footsteps, but that just didn't pan out because I know next to nothing about whale biology or indeed the biology of any living creature. So sadly, you should talk about your life some in the next Q&A, please. Don't mind if I do, but it's not very interesting. I turn 37 this year.
I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old.
I know. I've been married 11 years. I am 6'9". Someone else in the comments asked, holy shit, are you really 6'9"? Yes, I am. I am tremendously, hideously, mutant-like tall. Not the tallest person in the world, I know, but still, it's enough to make little kids go. Or even sometimes. So yeah. That's and I already told you what I do for a living, and let's see what else. I used to play drums. I'm actually okay with drums. I'm not as good as Jacksepticeye with the double feet and everything there. I really wish I would. I mean, shit, watching his drum videos just made, every fiber of my being itch to get hold of some drumsticks and just wail on some drums. So anyway, I'm more of a punk rock drummer than a metal drummer. So, anyways, screw it. I have done some music since then. I do music. It's over on alchemydk.bandcamp.com. It's sort of industrial-ish metal kind of shit. It's awful music, really, but it's fun to make, and I make that in my spare time. And what else? I'm not a very interesting person, sadly. So, my hobbies are what you see before you. This is my hobby. It is now, anyway. And I watch a lot of horror movies and TV shows with my wife, who's also, very big into horror shit and stuff. Next question. Tom, this is the second video. I thought to myself, I'm gonna get a shout out, but I didn't. Ha, lol. Wasn't I the very first comment on Make More Space Quests? Thought for sure I'd get a mention here. Oh my god, Tom, I'm so sorry. Here is your mention. Hi, Tom. I love you. Please, don't look out your window. I'm right there. A single rose petal. That is just heartwarming. Thank you so much for this. If you do another one of these, apparently this was a comment on my first reading your comments video, could you answer my question? What do you do on your free time? Sorry, I guess I just kind of answered that. And what is your favorite food? Thank you. Jesus. I don't know. Quite like lasagna. Terrazar and some other people were talking about Roberta Williams. So, Roberta Williams was basically a huge bitch. Hey, I wonder if she's the primary reason that Sierra tanked. And geez, Roberta Williams sounds like a tough person to have a boss. I'm really sorry if I gave the impression that Roberta Williams was a terrible person. This stems from the SQ4 video I did where I talked about how Roberta Williams had mandated that all new technology had to go into a King's Quest game first, and when Space Quest 4 then used color cycling for, the time warp and shit, she was none too pleased. But please don't mistake that little anecdote to mean that she was just a colossal bitch who was impossible to work under. In fact, I happen to have had a many good conversation with Scott Murphy, one of the guys from Andromeda. We were actually really good friends, and we still are. He's just sort of, due to a lot of personal issues, he sort of dropped off the radar, and I haven't talked to him for a long time. But we've had some good conversations, and he's actually told me that Roberta was, kind of his confidant at Sierra. She was really good at sort of, calming him down, when he was starting to get burned out with having to, make Space Quest games all the time, and such. So she was really good to lean on, and he learned a lot from her and all that. So Roberta Williams is not a bad person. She may make bad games. In fact, there's one of them coming up for the Wednesday co-commentary series soon. It's on 7 CDs and stars a person named Adrienne. I'm sure you can guess which one it is. It's a really terrible game, sad to say, but Roberta Williams, not a terrible person. Miki Harper says, Danny is great. Yes, he is. But I have to say, you are really nice to listen to. I have anxiety problems, so a chill voice... Really? Chill? Thank you. Pleasant and intelligent ramblings. Well, gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. Makes for a relaxing distraction. You have a wonderful personality and it will be nice to see your channel grow. Jesus, thank you. Thank you so much. I singled this comment out because the whole anxiety problems thing. Actually, my wife has anxiety problems too, so I know how awful that can be and how important it is to have something to sort of calm a person down. Now, her preferred method is to listen to podcasts about serial killers. Don't ask, that's how she rolls. But I am very, very glad to hear that my nasal, whiny, hard-to-stand voice is somehow soothing to other people. I really... that warms my heart. Rue, and this is a recent comment. There are spoilers for another game at the beginning of this video, and that was the Little Red Lie video, Will O'Neill's game. One that I was gonna play, Actual Sunlight, Will O'Neill's previous game. So if you hate spoilers, skip in. Yes, my god, I am so sorry about that. I'm gonna do better. It's not my intention to spoil other games. It's my intention to spoil the game that I'm currently playing, because you really can't do a Let's Play without spoiling some shit. But I didn't mean to completely spoil a different game for you, so honest apologies. So anyway, I'm now distracted by an itch on my head. Alright, so that was this week's reading your comments. Is probably going to be a couple of weeks or a few weeks or maybe a couple of months, I don't know, until the next reading your comments vid. But anyway, I like these are very fun, and this is indeed why I end all my videos by saying do leave me a comment, because I genuinely love the comments. So keep them coming, I love them. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So maybe I should in fact just do that outro spiel and get done with it. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, do whatever your kids do, but do leave me a comment, because as I just said 30 seconds or less ago, I really love the comments. So thank you, and I will see you around the Chrono stream, or maybe in Copenhagen on the 11th of October. Hey, come and say hi, I'm the tall dude.